Good evening, everyone. Welcome to EmoNews. This is the news package for the 2nd of September 2025. Let's take a look at the headlines. Blue Magic, Dominica's bold new rum, making waves. GEMS Foundation launches the 3rd annual Philip Nassif Entrepreneurship Challenge. New York Carnival celebrates 58th anniversary. OECS strengthens clean energy drive through ISA partnership. And Dominican student athlete Kian Thomas awarded scholarship to Concord University. And that's all for tonight's headlines. Stay tuned after this message. Welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look at local news. Blue Magic becomes Caribbean's fastest growing premium rum. In just 10 months, Blue Magic has emerged as the Caribbean's fastest growing premium rum brand. Launched at Dominica's 2024 World Creole Music Festival, the brand blends sleek design with cultural storytelling, inspired by Maroon Chief Jacko and the island's history of resistance. Crafted at the historic Belfast estate, product manager Elroy Harrow calls it Rebellion in a Bottle. With nearly 20,000 Instagram followers, Blue Magic has quickly outpaced local competitors and expanded into Jamaica and St. Lucia, powered by brand ambassador Ridge, a 2-time Booyah Artist of the Year. This is more than rum, it's a movement, says marketing manager Dejan Blue. With regional distribution, strong local demand, and global ambitions, Blue Magic is rewriting the Caribbean rum story. VF Inc. has announced the appointment of Mistress Jolene B. Newton as its Chief Executive Officer and Lead Consultant. With nearly 20 years of experience in human capital transformation and organizational development, Newton has held leadership roles at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank and McKinsey & Company. She is also the creator of the Push Leadership Framework, emphasizing purpose-driven and service-oriented leadership. Her appointment marks a new chapter for VF Inc. as it seeks to strengthen its role as a premier consulting partner in the Caribbean. VF Inc. is a dynamic human resource, business process, and financial consultancy firm based in Roseau, Dominica, with unwavering focus on delivering superior solutions in human resource empowerment, professional development, and capacity building that push the boundaries of excellence with stringent integrity. VF Inc. has been committed to fostering personal and organizational growth through training, coaching, consultancy, and event management since its incorporation on March 9, 2006 as a private limited liability company. Creole Heartbeat, through its Creole for Business C4B initiative, has announced the launch of a 6-week introduction of Creole language course running from September 16 to October 23, 2025, every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 to 6:30 p.m. at the Alliance Française and online via Zoom. The 300 EC program is designed to help entrepreneurs, service providers, and citizens use Creole confidently in business and community settings. Registration closes on September 11, 2025. Cultural Ambassador Leroy Waddix Charles said the course will strengthen Dominica's cultural identity and provide a competitive advantage in tourism, trade, and regional partnerships. Creole is not just our heritage, it is our future, he noted. For registration and details, contact 767-616-3457. That's 767-616-3457. Or creoleheartbeat@gmail.com. The Dominica Freedom Party, DFP, has voiced concern over recent actions taken by the police in the city of Roseau, as well as the silence of the police force and the Ministry of National Security in addressing them. According to the DFP, within the past week, Makeshift coconut vendor structures around Roseau were dismantled and removed by officers dressed in army fatigues. Benches along Independence Street in the reputed Zone Rouge were removed and later returned. The party says the absence of clear communication from the authorities has left the public unsettled and demands an explanation.
The Dominica Freedom Party is compelled to speak out on the recent actions of the police in the city of Roseau, and more importantly, by the deafening silence of both the police force and the Ministry of National Security in explaining those actions to the Dominican public. Within the past week, we witnessed 1. The destruction and removal of the makeshift structures of coconut vendors in and around Roseau, carried out by officers. 2. The removal and subsequent return of benches along the sidewalk on Independence Street in the reputed Zone Rouge area. In both cases, the people of Dominica have been left in the dark. No statements have been issued to clarify the legal or administrative basis for these actions. No explanations has been given as to whether due process was followed, whether the rights of coconut vendors were respected, or whether public safety was given proper consideration. Of equal concern is the widespread public perception that the decision to return the benches was not grounded in police strategy, but rather in political interference with the work of the police. If true, this represents a serious erosion of the independence and credibility of the police force and raises troubling questions about whose interests are being served. The police are entrusted with upholding law and order in a fair, transparent, and impartial manner. The absence of clear communication on these matters undermines public trust and confidence in the very institutions tasked with protecting us. Silence in the face of such widespread public concern is simply not an option. The Dominica Freedom Party therefore calls on the police force to immediately provide a full and transparent statement to the people of Dominica, explaining the legal and operational reasons for these actions. Under what law or regulation were the vendor stalls removed? What process initially justified the removal of the benches? And especially, what new directive compelled their return?
The GEMS Foundation has launched the third annual Philip Nassif Entrepreneurship Challenge, offering EC 45,000 in grants to support Dominican entrepreneurs in the hospitality and tourism supply chain. Since its inception, the challenge has awarded EC 90,000 to 6 businesses, providing both funding and mentorship to boost growth and sustainability. This year's winners will receive first place, EC 20,000, and second place, EC 15,000, and third place, EC 10,000. Applications are open from September 1 to 30, 2025. 7 finalists will pitch live on November 26, 2025, with winners announced at the event. Let's hear from the organizers.
I'm Liz Fabian, the Director of Entrepreneurship for the GEMS Foundation. Today, we are delighted to launch the third annual Philip Nassif Entrepreneurship Challenge as we continue our mission to support entrepreneurs in Dominica and to strengthen their businesses within the hospitality and tourism supply chain. We are pleased to know that in just 2 years, this challenge has awarded 90,000 EC dollars to 6 entrepreneurs. It's 20,000 for the first place, 15,000 for the second place, and 10,000 for the third place. And this has fueled the growth of the businesses, ensuring that they could enhance their operations, they've increased their revenues, and they've also improved their efficiency. Now, this impact has gone further beyond just the 6 who've won the funds to those who've been shortlisted, who've also received mentorship. And the businesses have shared that this has sharpened their business strategies and also boosted their long-term sustainability.
The New York Carnival returned on Labor Day for its 58th anniversary, celebrating Caribbean pride, culture, and creativity. Organized by the West Indian American Day Carnival Association, WIADCA, the festival is the nation's largest Caribbean cultural event, attracting over 1 million participants and spectators. Crowds filled Eastern Parkway for the New York Carnival Parade, widely known as the West Indian Day Parade. This year's theme, Vive le Carnival came alive with dazzling costumes, pulsating rhythms, and vibrant performances from across the Caribbean diaspora. And now moving on to regional news. At the 7th meeting of the International Solar Alliance ISA Regional Committee in Santiago, Chile, August 4 to 6, 2025, the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with ISA to boost solar energy across the region. The MOU strengthens collaboration to promote solar energy, mobilize public and private finance, and build regional capacity through training and ISA's Star C centers. It underscores the vital role of clean energy in climate resilience and economic growth for small island developing states, SIDS. Honorable Karen James, OECS Minister of Climate Resilience, highlighted ongoing financing challenges for SIDS, while ISA Director General Ashish Khanna praised the partnership, noting plans to establish a regional center for excellence for solar energy to lower costs, attract investment, and expand local expertise. OECS Director General Dr. Didakus Jules called the agreement transformational, aligning with the OECS Decade of Action on Sustainable Energy 2025-2035 and making solar energy a cornerstone of regional development. This partnership signals a bold strategic step toward a cleaner, more resilient, and sustainable future for the OECS, harnessing solar energy to improve quality of life and economic independence across the Caribbean. The Caribbean Community, CARICOM, deployed a 10-member CARICOM Election Observation Mission, CEOM, to monitor the general and regional elections in Guyana, held from 26 August to 3 September 2025. The mission is composed of electoral officials from 8 CARICOM member states. The CEOM is led by Chief of Mission Ms. Josephine Tamai, Chief Elections Officer of Belize's Elections and Boundaries Department. The other members are Antigua and Barbuda, Mr. Ian Hughes, Supervisor of Elections, Deputy Chief of Mission. The Bahamas, Mr. Harrison L. Thompson, Parliamentary Commissioner. Belize, Ms. Fatima Gordon, Supervisor of Registering Officers, Elections and Boundaries Department. Dominica, Ambassador Felix Gregoire, Chairman, Public Service Commission. Grenada, Mr. Michael Paul Millet, Information Systems Administrator, Grenada Parliamentary Elections Office. St. Lucia, Mr. Herman St. Helen, Chief Election Officer. Suriname, Ms. Rita Jomati, Member, Independent Electoral Council. Suriname, Ms. Sonja Galimo, Member, Independent Electoral Council. Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Lena Champa Sahedo, Deputy Chief Elections Officer. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of Guyana had invited CARICOM to observe the elections, and on 25 May 2025, President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali confirmed the elections would be held on 1 September 2025. And now for international news. An 11-year-old boy was pronounced dead Sunday after being shot while running from a home he had rung the doorbell of. Houston officials reported. Authorities said the boy had been playing a game known as Doorbell Ditch Saturday night, running from homes after ringing doorbells. A witness stated that the male was running from a house after ringing the doorbell, just prior of suffering a gunshot wound, the city said. Police responding to the shooting on the 9700 block of Racine Street released a person who had been detained for questioning. The shooting occurred about an hour before midnight, and the boy was rushed to a hospital where he was pronounced dead on Sunday. It was also reported that multiple children had been playing the game, and the victim was initially hospitalized in critical condition. Neighbor Theresa Jones told the station, "We shouldn't have guns around kids, period, because a bullet doesn't have a name." The investigation into the shooting is ongoing. Similar fatal incidents from ding-dong ditch pranks have occurred in Virginia and California in recent years. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has warned he will declare a republic in arms if the U.S. attacks. Following the deployment of U.S. naval forces to the Caribbean, Maduro says the presence of 8 American warships, reportedly carrying 1,200 missiles, is the greatest threat to Venezuela in a century. While the U.S. says the move targets drug cartels and not Venezuela directly, Maduro has ordered troops to coastal and border regions and urged civilians to join militias. He carried the U.S. Operation Immoral and Criminal. 3 U.S. amphibious ships with over 4,000 personnel are en route amid rising tensions. Venezuela's foreign minister called the deployment a destabilizing move based on false narratives, while Maduro accused U.S. leaders of pushing for regime change and warned of bloodshed if conflict erupts. And that's all for international news. Stay tuned for the sports segment after this short message.
Let Instacash help you get the kids ready for school with the DNL Back to School Instacash promotion. For every Instacash ticket purchased, your ticket could say you've won cash,
Oh, really?
you've won groceries, or you've won school supplies instantly. One lucky customer will win $5,000.
I need
Promotion
that.
runs from August 8th to the 11th of September 2025. Instacash tickets are available from all lottery agents island-wide. It's fast, it's easy, and you win instantly.
Instacash, let me play.
Welcome to the sports segment. As we know it, the US Open is in full swing. Coco Gauff admitted to feeling the emotional weight of her US Open exit on Monday after falling to Naomi Osaka in the 4th round, 3-6, 2-6. Speaking to reporters, Gauff said she kind of broke down with her team after the match before shifting focus to the positives from her tournament run. After the match, I was really disappointed, Gauff said, but hearing my team's perspective helped me see the progress I've made. If I had played the way I did in Cincinnati, I probably would have been out in the first round. My serve has improved a lot since the start of this tournament. She acknowledged the need to bring all aspects of her game together, noting that her confidence had grown after earlier wins, which made the loss sting even more. Despite strong moments, Gauff committed 33 unforced errors to Osaka's 12. The International Cricket Council, ICC, on Monday announced a massive increase in prize money for the 13th Women's Cricket World Cup, set to begin on September 30 in India and Sri Lanka. The total prize pool has jumped to 13.88 million, up to 297% from 3.5 million in 2022, surpassing the 10 million awarded at the last Men's World Cup. Winners will take home 4.48 million, while runners-up earn 2.24 million. Losing semi-finalists will receive 1.12 million each, and all group stage participants are guaranteed 250,000, with additional rewards for wins. Teams finishing 5th and 6th get 700,000 each, and 7th and 8th place earn 280,000. ICC Chairman Jay Shah described the increase as a landmark moment for women's cricket, emphasizing the ICC commitment to pay parity, long-term growth, and inspiring the next generation of players and fans. We United FC proudly announces that Kian Thomas has departed Dominica to pursue his studies at Concord University in West Virginia, NCAA Division II. This milestone celebrates not only Kian's hard work and dedication, but also the unwavering support of his parents, Osbert and Antonia Hector. At just 19 years old, Kian has already represented Dominica at both the under-20 and senior national team levels, earning recognition for his technical skill, tactical intelligence, and leadership on and off the pitch. His consistent performances have made him one of the island's most promising young footballers. The club emphasizes its dedication to providing fair opportunities to student athletes who have earned them through talent and effort, ensuring no deserving individual is left behind. Kian Thomas now embarks on this exciting journey, ready to represent Dominica with distinction on and off the field. EmoNews congratulates Kian and wishes him all the best. The Soufriere Dive Fest wrapped up on Sunday with a thrilling kayaking race, showcasing local talent and community spirit. Congratulations to Soufriere Jungle Bay team on the impressive victory at the event. The festival highlighted both competitive and recreational water activities, drawing participants and spectators from across the region. Here are some of the event's key highlights.
3, 2, 1,
Okay, we have Jungle Bay coming in from their first lap. Hi, good afternoon, the Jungle Bay team.
Hi,
How does it feel to be the winners for today's competition?
Well, so far it feels good. It's a community event and we're just here to have fun for us. And you know, it's my second time. I'm not experienced, but I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it so far.
Okay.
Yes.
So what can you say were some of the challenges you faced out there with the kayaks?
Okay, so basically bumping into other kayak boats, I would say. That was the challenge, yes.
Well, congrats on your win.
Thank you very much.
So what were some of the challenges you faced out there?
There was a current,
Okay.
yeah, but then I sort of like on the steering of the like it's in bike, the kayak to ride in a motorbike. Yeah, but yes, it was very interesting, very, very interesting.
Well, congrats on your second place position. For you guys today.
Going into it, I felt we're going to win this. But as soon as we touched the water and I lost my left side of my Crocs,
Oh, you
I
lost your
realized, I was like, oh, damn it. But it was fun. Us a part of DDA, knowing what the island produces and what we export in terms of we're the number one island for when it comes to diving and our aqua. It's really fun actually doing it.
And that's a wrap for the sports report. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service.
Have a good day and welcome to our weather broadcast for today, Tuesday, September 2nd. I am your presenter, Annie Coretta Joseph. Let's begin with the tropical weather outlook, and currently the National Hurricane Center is monitoring this tropical wave out in the eastern Atlantic. This wave currently has a high chance of development during the next 7 days. A tropical depression is likely to form into the weekend, and this wave is expected to track towards the west to west-northwest and move north of the Lesser Antilles sometime next week. Let's take a look at the satellite imagery associated with it, and currently you can see quite a bit of clouds, and this area is expected to become further enhanced into the weekend as it moves towards the region. Let's take a look closer home. This area of cloudiness associated with an upper to mid-level trough, and these clouds are expected to move towards mainly the southern portion of the Lesser Antilles into tonight. Today, across the Lesser Antilles, the Atlantic high pressure system is the dominant feature. We can see quite a bit of low-level clouds moving with the wind flow across the islands, maintaining some partly cloudy to cloudy skies. As we zoom in on Dominica, we can see those low-level clouds moving across the island for the morning, maintaining some cloudy skies, mainly across the southern, central, and eastern parts of the island, as the west and northwest parts of the island saw fewer clouds this morning. Radar imagery indicated scattered showers associated with these clouds moving over the island during the morning. Conditions for tonight: partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some scattered showers, especially during the earlier part of the evening. Temperatures to be down to about 24 degrees Celsius on the coast and about 22 in the interior. Winds generally out of the east, peaking to near 25 kilometers per hour. Tomorrow, partly cloudy skies mostly with a few showers. Temperatures to peak near 33 degrees Celsius along the western coast, about 31 on the east and 27 in the interior. Marine conditions, slight to moderate seas, wave picking up to 3 feet on the west coast and up to about 5 feet on the east. Our high tides tomorrow will be at 12:18 a.m. and 2:30 p.m., while the low tides will be at 8:01 a.m. and 6:45 p.m. Let's take a look at conditions for the next 3 days. Again, tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, partly cloudy skies mostly with a few showers. As we move into Friday, we expect to see an increase in cloud cover with some showers and some possible isolated thunderstorms. Temperatures to be warm for the next 3 days, peaking to near 33 degrees Celsius, especially along the western coast. Remember to keep cool and hydrated. Nights to cool to about 24 degrees Celsius. Winds generally out of the east for the next 3 days, peaking to near 25 kilometers per hour. Marine conditions for the next 3 days, peaking to near 5 feet on the east and about 3 feet on the west. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:53 a.m. and set at 6:16 p.m. For up-to-date information, you can scan this QR code and follow our WhatsApp channel, or you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Dominica Met, or our website at weather.gov.dm. Thank you for viewing, and join us tomorrow for your next weather broadcast. Good day.
And that's all for tonight's news segment. I'm Rick Francis. You're viewing EmoNews every moment on 9. Thank you for viewing. Have a good evening.